Hey, yo, what's up, YouTube? It's been a while since I've made a video, and since it's the holiday season, I guess I'd like to take the opportunity to try and bridge the divide between black men and black women on YouTube to the best of my knowledge. I'm going to use the most simplest language possible because I'm not that articulate of a dude. Now, I know a lot of you sisters have seen videos of men on YouTube just straight up dogging out the black women and denigrating them and tearing them apart. And while it's not my responsibility to apologize for them because they're their own men, I would just like to remind you to not give a fuck to what they're saying, because a lot of these guys are socially retarded, dejected, lonely, pathetic, emotionally crippled human beings who don't have the tools to articulate what's bothering them in their mind, so they do the only thing that they can do, and that's to ball up their fists and take their anger out on the keyboard and whoever responds back to them. They're not going to get what they want. And please recognize that the worst thing that you could do to someone is to let them have the hate that they have in their hearts. That's the worst thing. When you try to pull that hate out of them, no matter what, even if it's to curse them out and saying what's wrong with you or what have you, just know that the worst thing you could do with them is ignore them. And I recommend that you do just that. See, men, these guys, they don't know what exactly constitutes modern masculinity. Uh, the economies are getting bad. People are getting into debt. A lot of guys are failing as fathers, and they only have either a fight and run approach. They fight you and they run, and they blame all the problems on you. What's missing out of their equation is the fact that they need to sit back and recognize that they are in fact hurt about not being the best father that they could be, or the fact that their earning potential has been diminished in this economy and they can't provide all the fancy shit that society tells them that they're supposed to give their women. I'm going to pull out two examples of such people, and that is Sergeant Willie Pete, aka Infinite Wisdom, and Tommy Sotomayor. Now, I'm not going to drag his name in the dirt, but I was not the least bit surprised that he had some issues about being, let's say, a failed father. I think there was always a motivation to why he was so mad, and I could see that when he was punching and punching and punching, that was coming out of a place of hurt. I feel sorry for the brother, but that's not the point. Sergeant Willie Pete, his cynicism is just as self-destructive, because in essence he's rejecting faith in his whole equation. He's rejecting the intangible value structures that makes society worth living. Like, if I were to dissect what constitutes a man, I would say that his mind and his ability to reason is adjacent to his vulnerabilities, his frailties, his love, his things that the things in life that he keeps for himself. And over to your right, you might have his family, his community, his loved ones, the people that he knows he can't abandon, like the black community, sisters, brothers, the whole nine yards and stuff. And underneath him is his undercarriage, the pleasure and pain receptors of every man, the balls. I guess what I'm saying is, you have these four distinct, powerful personalities: mind, heart, community, libido. And the thing that makes all of that tolerable, the thing that makes a human being palatable to other human being, is a sense of empathy and a moral center that could only be described as faith. I have faith in my fellow man. I have a desire to see them prosper. I have a desire for us to both look and say, this is right, this is wrong. Sergeant Willie Pete, he denigrates faith. He does not believe in faith because it's intangible. He can't put his hands on it. But we need it. We need a sense that there's an objective in God. God provides a semi-objective third party to say what is right and wrong. And we hope that we, as men and women, could bond together under that principle called morality and faith. But it's, like I said, it's untangible. I want Sergeant Willie Pete to recognize that we as black men, we're not just competing with other people's patriarchies, as he says. We're also dealing with their fraternities.